Hey everybody, I know that I haven't done a video in a while, but I figure since today is kind of a hard day for me pretty much every year. Well, I can't say hard because I didn't know him personally, but he did hold a lot of influence and inspiration over me. Uh, this December 8th is marking the 10-year anniversary of Dimebag Darrell's death. And I just figured I'd get on and I guess speak my mind a little bit as to why um, I feel at least why Pantera was as influential of a band as they were. And I'm sorry if you hear all that background noise going on above me. Very active family upstairs. I am in my basement. So if you can hear that, I apologize. But yeah, I'm going to speak a little bit about why the band held influence and what I think influence means as far as talking about music. Um, now, when I say influence, I don't mean stylistically. I don't mean uh, any sort of direct impact on my playing, because as I've stated in videos before, playing all comes from the hand. So I would never try or have the ability to play like Dimebag Darrell because, let's be honest, I'm not him, nor is anyone else. And I really don't think there will be another hero like that for the guitar. I hope to God you can't hear that crazy shit going on upstairs. Anyway, um, I digress from the point at hand. Uh, I feel like a lot of bands say that Dimebag and Pantera influenced them, but what they mean is they like to rip off Dimebag and Pantera. Um, they want to sound like Dimebag and Pantera, and I don't know if that's because of any sort of predetermined, I don't know, malicious intent, um, or if it's just a lack of hearing those sounds in music today. Get your pull. But I think it might be actually a combination of the both. Um, a lack of hearing Dimebag's riffs anymore, and a lack of hearing that snarl that Pantera had. And I'm not saying that you can't go back and listen to the X amount of albums that they put out. I think it was, let's see, 5 studio albums, 6, um, plus 101 Proof, so 7 albums. Um, I'm not saying you can't go back and listen to those and still feel inspired or still hear that for the first time, because Lord knows that there's still a generation that can, still will be generations that can find inspiration from Dimebag Darrell. He's one of those musicians like, I don't know, like Miles Davis or Jimi Hendrix that will just stay, you know, um, will still be influential no matter how old they get, how old the world gets. Um, Robert Johnson still brings influence to people on a daily basis, and he's been dead for like 60, 80 years, something like that. Anyway, uh, yeah, I think bands try to sound like Dimebag from a lack of being able to hear those influential notes and those influential styles. But it's not that there are not bands that change the game anymore. There have been plenty of bands that at least I feel have changed the game and have validity in what they're doing. Uh, Bands like Mastodon and Gojira, uh, where you can draw similarity lines of similarity to Gojira and Mastodon from Pantera. They do not sound like a Pantera clone, which a lot of these modern progressive bands that have been popping up, ooh, excuse me, more recently have. Um, they also have more lines of similarity connected to other bands, but a very heavy sense of groove that you can pick up from Pantera is definitely within these. Um, it's just, I don't know, it's a sad day, and it's a day that when I was 10 years old, my mother gave me Vulgar Display of Power. That was in 2010 or 2000, excuse me, 2010. 2000, the year 2000. That was the last year. No, 2001 was the last year that they ever went on tour. Um, and I will never forget the first time that I heard that album. Uh, I had never heard anything like it. It literally blew me away. The heaviest thing that I had heard at that point was Metallica's Black Album, and that wasn't even the whole album. I heard Nothing Else Matters and where the fuck else that other song off of it is. I'm not a big Metallica fan. So excuse me, Metallica fans. Please don't harp on me for not knowing the Metallica discography at the back of my hand. Um, the heaviest thing that I had heard at that point was Metallica and Led Zeppelin and Sabbath. And then I heard Pantera and everything changed. Just things that I was listening to were not doing it for me. I would go back and listen to like Zeppelin, and which I still love Zeppelin, so don't take this as that. I'm saying that Zeppelin was not even a good band anymore because I listen to Pantera. That's ridiculous to say because Led Zeppelin is still amazing. Black Sabbath is still amazing. Pink Floyd is still fucking amazing. But I had never experienced the visceral attitude that Pantera's music put across in anything else. And it was relentless. It didn't ask anything from you, but it took it all. It just made you want to take your head and slam it up against a wall as hard as you could and break through it. So it changed my life. I I've been playing blues for I started playing when I was 10, 4 years. I'd been playing blues for 4 years before that, like classic rock type stuff on guitar, and then I listened to Pantera. I was like, oh my god, music like this exists. And I went and heard. I went on to find out about Steve Vai, Paul Gilbert, and all these shredder, virtuoso style guitar players that are great when you're trying to learn technique and are very influential as far as that goes. But Well, I mean, and I can't say this for Paul Gilbert because Paul Gilbert has plenty of fucking feel in what he does. He can take that virtuosic style and just add feel to it, make it so much more soulful than just going over routine sounding arpeggios and stuff. You know, like I won't name any names because I don't want to get in a fucking fight on the internet. But it's just it was a life-changing experience. And I know that I'm not alone in that understanding of Pantera. And I know that I'm not alone when I say that Pantera changed my view of music and changed my feelings about what music could sound like. Now, do I think that you should go out and try to be the next Dimebag Darrell or uh, rather be Dimebag Darrell? No, I don't. I don't think you should go and be Dimebag Darrell. But what I do think is that, and this will be my closing statement, I guess, on this video. Um, what I do think you should do is go and strive to do something that no one else has heard, if that's what you want. You know, if you are trying to play music to, I don't know, fulfill a feeling of, or a lacking feeling inside of your soul, you should strive to do something that has not been done before, like Pantera did, like Dimebag Darrell did with the guitar, like many others have done before him. Now, I'm not in any way celebrating this day because it is not a day of celebration, it is a day of mourning, and it is 10 years after the fact. Rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell. You are sorely missed, and I don't think I will find another person that will inspire me as much as you have, at least on the instrument. Thank you for everything you have done for me and the entire world. Until next time, YouTube, toodles.